I never know if this is real or not. Like,
So it's just like,
do we exist? Are we
We
here?
exist in audio.
There's a version of us still stuck out there, like,
Yes,
in the internet,
indefinitely.
like that Black Mirror episode. This is a Sunny
Oh,
D.
This is
I'm just being healthy. Yeah, it's very citrusy. Wow.
Happy Dad. Death Row.
I'll do a high noon.
Oh, that's delightful.
black.
Does it
cherry.
taste like your
0
childhood?
grams of sugar. Yeah, thank you. It was scary last week. There were so many people. That was scary. Was that our highest we've ever had? That's got to be close.
Historically.
I think.
That's got to be. That was. I wish it was under better circumstances, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was necessary. I mean, I'm glad we had that kind of reach and that kind of audience to spread the message. I mean, preaching to the choir in a lot of ways, but New York sucks. People got to know about it.
Amen.
People don't know now. They are figuring it out.
Michael says the D's are best when they are sunny. Yes.
He knows what's up.
Oh, here they are.
I've missed all of you. It's been 2 weeks since Joe and I have been on the stream.
Yes. It was
I
lonely.
know. It's been strange.
We took a bye week and
Yeah, why
I was
is
going
that?
to make a Brandon joke, but
Trying to think why I was off that 1 week because we took a bye and then I had to miss.
you
one.
had something and then I had something.
And then we had something together. Yeah,
I had my stepmom's award. Yeah.
that's why I went.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry if the video is choppy. I'm kind of noticing that. We have
Yeah.
taken some measures to make sure next week's is improved, hopefully. Of course.
We got the bridge. What is it called? What do we,
It's a microwave, isn't it? Like, don't put your head in there. I'm pretty.
yeah, don't
Don't-
cross
don't
the streams.
like- yeah.
yeah.
It's like a tracking beat in Star Wars. You're just gonna, you'll know.
It's
you'll
just-
know when it's on.
It's going to be competitive with Starlink, I guess.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, Starlink is cool, but definitely not designed for this.
Yeah.
So we're making it work.
But we're doing it for the love of the customer and for you
Yes.
guys, so we'll make it work.
Absolutely.
The show must go on.
All right. What we got going
Speaking
on?
of
What are we talking
loving their customers,
about? Ooh, yes.
what about because we've got two amazing sponsors of this stream.
I love going to the gym. As does
Go
Tyler
on.
and you.
Go on, do tell.
You're talking about Genesee County is like number one
Premier
voted
gym,
gym.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there
Premier,
were
yes.
rankings, and they ranked number one. Beyond Driven. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Best gym in Genesee County.
To date.
Not just because they're sponsors of this stream, but because they're actually a very good gym.
And they're sponsors of
And this has something to do with it. I'm sure it helped. Yeah, I'm sure it didn't hurt. It probably hurt a little bit. That probably was.
I've said this a few times. You should definitely ask and let yourself be known before you go in. But I don't think they would mind if you showed up in kit, plate carrier. Obviously, leave the rifle and
I think
pistol
that's
at home.
where the beyond part comes from.
I'm sure because they do that Murph challenge
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah,
So like 100%
as should,
it would be
as should
cool.
everyone else.
Oh, I watch everyone do
Yes.
it. Yeah, I have a good. I get tired watching Pat do that every year. If you don't know what that is, look that up after the stream. Don't go anywhere right now. But it's like
Yeah.
you have to do like what is it like 100 fucking pull-ups and a million push-ups, and you have to run. It's stupid.
Pull it up, Scotty.
That's like it's a slow Wednesday, you know.
Oh, I was doing our next topic.
Oh.
Yeah?
The memberships, but that's a spoiler. So
Oh, okay.
Stay
Well,
tuned.
what about our other sponsor? 'Cause
Well, what
we
about
actually
them?
do we actually have two.
So-
NBD.
I had to do the whole thing last week by myself.
You were so good at it, dude.
That's
When
the
it comes, okay, if you guys appreciate firearms like we do, and maybe you have a really nice family heirloom, or you
Sure
want to
about
keep
that?
it with,
You really sure about that?
Sorry. Go on. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna start from the beginning. If you guys like firearms like we do, API, based right locally with us in Rochester,
Fairport.
Fair Park, and Victor too, I think, right?
I think one of them lives in Victor.
Victor, okay.
But it's based out.
Where
Sorry.
specifically? Where's this house?
1734 Errol Street.
It's like, what if that's actually it?
Actually,
It's actually Errol Road. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh. So unlike their security, which is now not preserved, you can preserve your firearms and ammo
I'm sure they own Liberty Safes. Just call
with
it.
ooh. We'll talk about that too.
This is a great sponsored ad read.
Microenvironment.
Protect your stuff. Yeah, microenvironments. You know them. They're good stuff. I mean, you're foolish if you don't have an API bag. I'm gonna just say it.
I have lots. Like all my ammo is in an API bag. As it should be.
As it needs to be.
The way John Moses Browning intended.
I think he'd be impressed by the microenvironment.
I think it would be too.
I know he would definitely be a sponsor of that.
I don't know about that. He probably wouldn't have a computer.
Sigmund Freud would be a fan of the microdose. John Moses
All
Browning
right.
would be a fan of
Okay.
micro.
Well, that's our stream, guys. All right, thanks for coming.
It's a family stream. All right.
I'm not saying to do it.
Maybe we can be sponsored by Happy Dad.
So
That
you
would be sweet.
you mentioned something about a deal for the customer or something like that.
a deal with the customer.
Deal for the customer.
Maybe
We have a
members?
we have a second
Deal-
special.
yeah.
Deal for members.
So this is special, and we've been racking our brain for a little bit on how we can help out a little bit more with the New York State BS that's going on. And we came up with a membership deal. So if you guys are already members, it already is enrolled. It's just not updated on the website yet. I'm working on that in the back end. But if you are a silver member, we are going to cover your New York State Knicks check for ammunition. If you are a gold member, we're going to cover your New York State Knicks check for ammunition and long guns and pistols.
Ooh.
So gold member, you get firearms and ammunition and diamond. If you're a diamond member, you get all of that, and we'll waive the $10 off your ammunition transfer fee. So
Nice.
if you get
So you
ammunition transfer, we'll
No
cover
charge.
the 10, we'll cover
That's
the Knicks
awesome.
check and the firearm. So
And those are 25, 35, and 45 respectively.
25,
I think.
35, and 45.
Yeah,
Yep.
so $25 a month if you're a silver member. which-
That's not
That's the link. That's literally so to read, we're going to cover your ammunition Knicks check.
That's $250 every time.
$250, yeah.
Yeah,
Gold, that's going to cover your ammunition and your firearms Knicks check.
those are $9.
$11.50.
Yeah,
And
Yeah.
diamond, we're going to do both the ammunition and firearm, and we're going to cover your ammo transfer fee, which is another 10.
yeah. So we always prefer if you buy the ammo from us. That's always the best. But we get it. I mean, there's places that are just drop shippers. And they don't really have
Yeah.
staff or employee. You know,
Hard to
they're
compete with some
just
of
some
the
dude with
pricing.
3 beach houses, and he gets to just sit back and do nothing. But
It's true.
I get it. I mean,
The Bezos owns ammo conglomerate. Yeah.
I'm a consumer too. Like I hunt for deals. It's hard to, bitch about that, but it is nice when people buy their ammo from us. We try to do our best, and so that's our little way of giving back and thanking those that are members. Especially right now, we only have obviously the temporary range set up. Oh, look at her! Ugh. You know the big comment.
Her
I mean,
teeth,
we gave away. How many of those did you order?
1,000.
Like 1,200, was it?
It was 12. It was 12.
1,200.
All of them. Gone.
We only had maybe 40, 50 left,
Mhm.
if that, from Syracuse. That was the highlight of the show. Like that show, that was a sad way to end that show. I'd never been to it. I know you've
It
been
was tough,
for a long
tough
time,
to see.
but
Tough-
yeah,
Cool to be on the other side of it now, actually being
Mhm.
a vendor.
Mhm.
But it was tough to grow up going there and kind of fighting your way to a table. And this year, literally walking out in
Oh.
T-pose, going all the way down
Yeah,
and not touching a single person. It was wild. It was very wild to see.
you knew it was bad when midday on Saturday, all the vendors were
Vendors started walking around, yeah.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's how you know it's bad. Like if they have to walk around, then that's so. And it is anything but by design, by the state. This is exactly what they wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, they host that gun show at the state fair. It's been on the calendar. I mean, it's probably always that weekend in September.
Oh,
probably
yeah, it's
always the third, the second
year
weekend.
after year
you know
after
what I
year,
mean?
they just,
Yeah,
they
so
just
it's like-
changed the date. Yeah.
they knew what they were doing and they sent a message. And as I'm sure a lot of you know, the background check system has been nothing but FUBAR, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just been bad. There's countless delays. I mean, the guys will go to send in a background check and the system, the whole website just crashes.
Yep.
You gotta type it in
nothing
all
checked.
again.
You got nothing
Yeah.
stored.
You got to type it in all again.
It's the last
Um,
question.
There's people
Yeah.
that we have been selling guns to for years that we know
Immediate delay.
have
People
no
are-
reason that they should be delayed.
People that are still on delay from day one.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
like for no reason, just
yeah.
there.
The rollout of the system was terrible. There was so little communication to the dealers. I mean, they waited
Most likely to
until
the people actually running it too. 'Cause it
Oh,
sounds
sure.
like it's just a mess.
I mean, it's classic New York State. They have this law. This law's been in effect since last June. They've known about it. They like, what do they think? It was just going to go away? Or we like, we thought it would go away, or we hoped it would be forgotten about.
Sure.
But obviously, Hochul's not
at
going to
least
forget about
at
it.
least push back or something. Yeah.
And so they wait until the last minute, and it's all janked up. I mean, there's dealers that don't have computers, that don't have the internet, that shouldn't be forced to have that kind of stuff to run a background check that they've been able to do since its inception on the phone. Since the 90s, you've been able to do a phone background check.
And still barely even be able to get a hold of people on the phone.
Mhm.
I've called. I
Oh
have
my
not spoken
God.
to a single person yet. I've called a couple times and just goes right to the voicemail.
You have to sit there
Isn't
basically
even-
and keep calling. Yeah, it takes
Yeah,
me
it's
when I try to talk to someone. Yeah, it takes me 3 or 4 tries. Like,
ridiculous.
oh, I wish I brought my computer because I have a recording that I recorded operator like 301 or 303.
Ooh.
I have like a 10-minute phone
We
call
got
with
you.
him. Yeah, gotcha. I got your ass.
Maybe we can upload that for subscribers.
Mm,
On our Patreon
that
that
would
we're
be
dropping.
cool for our Spotify for podcasters.
I don't know if it is through Spotify. I think
Oh,
we do have a system set up where you can subscribe. We just don't have
That'd be pretty
content
cool.
for it. If you do, hold on. If you do want some tyranny or tyrant stickers or shirts or mugs or reusable bags, I have a whole bunch of stuff on our merch store.
This flag is, but you look so teeny tiny.
Yeah, you look really tiny with the flag. But yeah,
What? It's a
I
normal-
just dropped the merch store in the comments, and that is a great way to support us and get a lot of cool TFP merch that's not for sale in shop.
It's pretty sweet.
It's
Yeah,
pretty sweet.
this is the flag I bought for the Steam show. It's a 10 by 19 flag.
It's pretty
That's
big.
it.
It's pretty big. Pretty big. So Chris, I see here, is the mobile range back? Not yet. Unfortunately,
yeah.
took a few damage points between. I mean, to be fair, you guys used it a lot.
You run the shit
Yeah.
out of it.
You guys like to shoot, so that range is being repaired, and it'll be back here. They're aiming for the first weekend or the first week of October here, so real soon in the next couple of weeks here, and yeah, there's more potential for some more things. I can just tease that we are working to try to maybe increase the range capacity. And we have been still diligently working behind the scenes. I know you haven't seen any action with the rebuild, but
Because we gave up.
no, please don't. Yeah, we got that email. We threw in the towel. We have gotten a soft suggested date range of early October. So again, in the next couple of weeks, you're going to start seeing some movement
Mhm.
out here. Yes, hold your breath. It's one of those things that's out of our hands. Material shortages, as you know, lead times are crazy.
Yeah, I mean everything that
We've-
we possibly could have done
Yeah.
is done. We're just waiting.
We've got all
for
the permissions.
everyone else.
Yeah, like we've signed all the contracts. Like we're just waiting for the work to start, basically. So, Jake Madison, like I've been the easiest client ever. Like I think this has been a breeze for you guys. I'm being very sarcastic. So I don't know what's taking you so long. No, I've been an absolute pain in their sides. And like I'd signed the contract and then I went over there and I was like, I gotta make a bunch of changes again. And they're like, okay. It's part of our charm. That's how I see it.
Who's charged? Yes.
My charm.
Yeah.
I love it. Every day. I come
yeah.
to the prison ID.
Shut up. You do love it. I've Stockholmed you.
Every day. I break bags.
Stockholm syndrome you.
No
There is another gun show coming up here in October 1st.
We're just not going to be there. It's Alexander.
We
Yeah.
can't make it because
Somebody's
somebody
get
had
married.
to get married
Yeah.
to a woman, surprisingly.
Shocking.
Don't count your chickens before they hatch. I mean, it hasn't happened yet. We'll see. But yeah, October 1st, Alexander Gun Show. That's a Sunday, one-day show, legendary. I mean, they've been having that show 30, 40 years. Bruce will probably correct me, 80 years, who knows? But a long time. That's like my hometown. I love that show.
Definitely one
Alexander.
one of like the original that hasn't moved at least in the area.
Yeah, classic. So yeah, it's probably like $7 to get in, maybe only $5 or whatever.
Wish we had a
But
little hand
it's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. Go support. Everyone says it's one of those cyclical problems where everyone's like, the gun shows suck. Ugh. It's like, well, do you go to them?
It's the friends you meet along the way. Come on. And the bayonets that you buy.
And the that's probably because he spent most of his time canoeing. That's my problem too. But yeah, that's good. That's good, John. No, and you're right. You're right. What else we got? Yeah, Bruce says $5 to get in. So yeah, go support.
Love.
It matters.
Oh, Bruce does watch. Thanks for watching,
it
Bruce.
matters, yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. What else we got going on?
Oh, I know a lot of people have been slapping stickers around.
Oh.
We really appreciate that.
Do we have like a contest or something?
We did. We were supposed to announce the winners 2 weeks ago, but we had our bye week. And
We got the winner
What is that?
is going to get one of our
Whoa, can we go to
branded.
the overhead. What is that?
Got it.
Oh my God. It's Jason.
Low.
oh my gosh, Jason. We're frozen.
TFP action. So it is the AR-15 lower, which means your mini actions 5.56, 300 blackout, all that fun stuff.
Gotta do it again. We weren't prepared for it.
Oh my God.
Okay.
There it is.
There it is. We
I
got
don't think. Can you see that?
here. Do I bring it lower? Higher?
Does light help?
How's that?
I mean,
Someone say something in the comments.
It's our branded lower.
it is lower. Yeah. See our logo up in the top right corner. It looks
Yeah.
like that.
We'll say TFP 15
Mm-hmm.
with our new. You're gonna get a. So this is probably better to see. It'll have that along the side of it.
And actually, thank you for commenting because you won it, Donna.
Yeah, there you
With
go.
all of your.
So-
Congrats, Donna.
Yeah, we'll show some of the pics whenever we're ready. You slapped them up everywhere, and I couldn't not choose you. I didn't want to choose you because you win all of the time, but you made
People are
it
gonna
hard
start
to not.
questioning us. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Some of the cool stickers that we loved. We have a second place winner who I don't know is watching. That is our second place winner. So I love that one. That one was great. You don't win a lower, unfortunately.
Oh my
I love you, but
we
we are going to give you a gift certificate.
where is that? Is that somewhere around here?
We
Did
did
you ever
look it
figure that
up.
out?
It is local. I think.
There's a
Where,
room
like,
69 somewhere.
Town, city.
It's got to go north to south, right? Because it's an odd
Yeah.
number. Right? Isn't
Get out of
that
here,
the-
old man.
I'm an excellent driver. Dad always let me drive the car down the driveway. Yes. I sent one. Oh my gosh, she sent one to the Philippines.
What?
That's
That's-
pretty cool.
that's
TFP
awesome.
Worldwide.
That's awesome.
Hell
That's very
yeah.
cool.
So yeah, you win it. I don't have to really message you. If you want me to message you, I can message you. But just come in, do your background check. You get it.
It'll have your name on it.
I'm gonna have to go search who put it up on the Route 69. I don't remember your name off the top of my head, but you definitely want a gift certificate. That was awesome. I could not stop laughing when that showed up.
That's fun.
If you guys have any cool sticker spots that you slap, I still would love to see it. Still might win something if it's cool enough.
Yes.
We like to give stuff away, so that was a fun contest. I really, really.
It was fun
appreciate
seeing
that.
all the people's. Yeah.
You do a good job every now and then. You have good ideas.
Oh, thanks.
I'll give you that one. You have the mean arms loaders and you have this.
That's
You
it.
get two. You get
That's
two.
it.
Can I get this?
Whose idea was it for Cuomo when we did that sticker?
That might have been Phil.
People Cuomo.
That might have
Okay.
been Phil. Yeah, because who we bought
Then
him
yes,
from.
you can. I was gonna say if you got Cuomo, then no, but we'll give you this one.
Thank you.
So what? I don't know. I want to ask people like what their experience with the new system has been, or I don't know.
Customers.
Yeah.
sure.
People in the comments, if you want to leave a comment of
Yeah, we'll share.
how you've
share
been
it.
affected, or
Yeah.
I did not hear back yet, but we got an email from New York Firearms Association regarding retailers who would be interested in testifying
Yeah.
in federal court.
That's cool.
And I was like, hell yeah, man, like count us in. So hopefully that goes somewhere. And I would love to hear all of your stories. I mean, I know we know most of them because you're dealing with us, but I know there's people
Which,
that watch
thank you.
this that
Yeah.
absolutely. They want, I think, citizens too, who, people who have been buying guns for years with no problems, and then all of a sudden they're getting delays and all these issues.
I've heard of denials now on people that are like working for the state and like actual like LE stuff like that. It's very interesting. And I've heard people that get delayed and denied, and they get a phone call and they're like, "Oh, sorry, we made a mistake," and then change it. So
Crazy.
I don't know what they're basing
Right.
any of that stuff off of.
Right.
Yeah. Messy. Any comments? Anyone?
That we need to testify our ass off. The queen needs to go.
Yes.
Agreed.
I hate her face.
Mike, so this is one of the symptoms of all these laws. Mike mentions, I saw the open sign at Kinton's was removed today. Place looked empty from the road. So they are one of
They closed.
probably a
as
half
of-
dozen
yeah.
shops that we've heard of that are just done.
I want to know at least. Yeah, I was gonna say at least a half dozen because I don't know if we want to name names, but it's one of those things that's sad
like
because
Average Joe's, they've gone public. They're closing. They put a post out.
and a lot of legacy stores are closing.
Barrett's
Or
in
have
Batavia,
closed, yeah.
they've gone appointment only. So
Okay.
that's effectively closed to if you can't just
Yep.
walk in normal business hours.
Yeah,
I've talked to several kitchen table, we'll call them FFLs,
Sure.
and they're just between the security requirements.
it's hard.
And that's
it's
just
hard. If you're not a brick and mortar, it's tough.
It's
Even if you are brick and mortar, it's still tough. It's
So John brought up something that I wanted to bring up, the email address. Small victory that I think we should 100% claim because I just annoyed them a bunch about it.
Yeah, they pulled that.
New York State, for about a week, required you to input your email address and your phone number to buy ammo or firearms, which I can understand it being voluntary if for some reason you want to give them that info. There's no law or requirement on the books that says you have to give or even have those items before you can buy a gun or ammo. So
I have heard with the county too. They're asking that when you go and either apply or update your pistol permit, they're asking for your. I mean, they already have your phone number, but they're asking
Yeah.
for your email address too. I don't know if that is what's going hand in hand. Maybe with the 3-year update and the Brady checks and all that stuff, but
I just don't. I
Yeah.
don't agree with that kind of stuff. And I think most people would be against unless you had nationalized internet where we all had it for free from the government because we pay our
Right.
taxes. Then okay, I could understand it, but I just don't.
I wouldn't even want that.
No, I don't. I'm not saying that's a good idea.
I thought
but-
about that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm good. Benti says 4 close in Oswego.
Yeah, it's.
Wow.
Alan says Valley Gun Sales closed their doors. Yeah, it's
Sucks.
really sad. I mean, there are some in business. Like we watch a lot of Shark Tank at my house. So like Kevin O'Leary, like Mr. Wonderful, like he'd be like, "Oh, you should be celebrating that. Like now capitalism, like you're the only shop in town."
Yeah,
Like
but
no,
this
fuck
is
that.
It's
the
Like
culture, man.
It's
It's-
bad. Yeah,
yeah.
we are 100% against that. And I mean, not that we are experts by any means, but please, like, if you're a shop out there, if you know a small shop out there that needs help, like, we're here to help, like, anyone. Like, there's been countless shops reaching out to us, like, hey, how are you doing this? How are you doing that? How are you following the law in this way? Like, how'd you meet the storage requirements? Like,
the Discord.
yes, the
Yeah.
Discord. The Discord's
Discord's big.
awesome. There's a FFL, like a New York FFL Discord that we're not like key players of, but we seem to be the most active on there, which I like. And there's a Facebook group that the guy who started it moved to like West Virginia, and he put a post out, and I was like, perfect opportunity. It came up right on my phone. He's like, hey, do other people want to be admins of this? Because I'm not even from New York anymore. And I was like, yeah, like, if anybody's going to do it, like, we seem to be the most vocal, so, like, let's do it.
Yeah.
So we need to be out there. And
It just sucks it took this long.
It does, and it sucks that that New York State, like, we're putting a huge target on our backs, and I don't like it. I don't like it. And, yeah, they also require your Social Security number on this background
That's-
check
yeah.
form, which is usually totally optional on the 4473. I always put mine down. It's just one of those things, like, it's totally your choice, but it should be. That should be your choice. And this is a good one, too. I didn't even think of this one. they only let you choose one race, as
Yeah.
if mixed race people don't exist.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right,
mean? Like,
yeah.
and that's just again, like on the 4473, you can pick all that apply because that's how life works. Like, you know what I mean?
Which
like,
I guess they do have unknown, so you could playing
Yeah.
devil's advocate could throw that in there.
And they have Hispanic or Latino for ethnicity and Hispanic or Latino for race.
those are on there too.
Just double
Yeah,
Both
yeah.
of them. Like you
double-
could be
Again,
Hispanic
yeah,
or Latino
yeah.
ethnicity, like, which is weird to me. I
So
don't-
It's very.
someone was trying to get brownie points. It doesn't make any sense.
When I updated my driver's license like a year ago, I was tempted to change my gender to X, just because like that was an option, and it's just like, well, now the government, you know, it's like I feel like
Jeez.
I'm getting like that's another layer of privacy, like, and you didn't even get to know what parts I have, like, screw you, man, like, but I'm actually
Now I'm wondering.
I'm quite proud to be a male, right? So I didn't do that. But I saw on the New York State thing, like you have the you have the ability,
Say, oh.
like that's an option you could put, or like I don't know if it's preferred not to answer, however they said it, but like X, I think you could put that because that's a gender.
you probably get an
New York
instant
State.
proceed.
I'm gonna not say anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
I really want to take some statistics with all of the proceeds, who's getting proceeds. I've been starting to notice some stuff. We've kind of talked.
We've talked. We're not gonna.
Nothing I'm going to say on air because cancel culture is too real. But
It's
some dots have been connected. I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
Phil Charlie Day.
Where's our red string?
Bird law. What's good?
Pepe Sylvia. Oh my God. What do we got here? Even getting ammo for hunting this year has been a pain.
Yeah, I want to talk about
Systems
that
down or take ages to process. I feel like hunting ammo has still not 100% recovered from COVID.
I don't know if it ever truly will.
Yeah.
Honestly.
one. Yeah. But this is another reason why you shouldn't wait until a day or a week before hunting season to get your stuff. Like,
Especially like the affordable stuff like the Super X and the Core Locked, like just those meat and potatoes,
yeah.
like, you know, because you can get plenty of barns, you know, $150 a box. I know I'm being facetious, but like, you know, $60, $50 a box, high end copper plated, whatever, for solid copper projectiles. You can get the high end hunting stuff. That hasn't been as much of an issue. But getting, you know, yeah, what most people use has been hard. Or certain calibers has been very hard. There's definitely some calibers that did not survive COVID. That was a
30 super carry.
no.
that,
Aw.
that never even
Didn't
started.
even start.
Oh.
What a flop. Yeah.
Yeah, if anyone wants 30 super carry, we'll run you a sick deal.
Please.
Talk to me.
I'll even cover the background check if you're not a member.
Yeah, right.
Oh man. So what? We've talked to FPC,
Yeah.
right? We're I don't want to say constant communication with them, but we try to stay in touch with them. Like we're buddies
They
now.
know
I
my
feel
name.
like, right? Yeah, no big deal. What were some of their like? What were some of the things they talked about? I guess like when at least with them in their argument that they feel strong about. How long would it take? I mean, you had mentioned
5 days.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that's
If you
if I remember
can't physically
correctly.
use the program or entity that you're able to use it in for 5 days, I think was the minimum, right? And then anything after that is just tax on
Yeah.
to the actual court case.
so that's a long time.
But that's 100%.
obviously.
That's 100% not being able to use it. We're
Right.
at,
The system has to be like down.
yeah, we're at like what 70.
Which it just tells you how strong the state's argument is, I guess, because it could be down for a whole day, which to me is egregious. That's crazy that it would be
Yeah.
down for that long. I mean, Nix has gone down maybe for like half a day
Yep.
or like 6 hours or
But they
so.
keep, but they well
generally-
sometimes. but,
sometimes you
like,
can, sometimes you can't.
and they'll keep you up
but
to date and be like, hey, this is what's going on.
Right.
And the state is like, whoop, it's gone.
Figure it out,
Sorry.
right? We are still trying to explore all angles. Like we said, there are some lawsuits currently going that we're trying to join, and it just comes down to money. And if we're gonna do something, we want to make it the most bang for your buck, because when you're talking about doing a lawsuit at that level, at like say the Supreme Court level, you're literally talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars, like, and you know. Completely 100% truthfully, things would be a lot different if we did not have the fire. I hate blaming the fire on everything or everything on the
Yeah.
fire, but
Yep.
you know, things aren't as like certain or like rock solid as they would be if we didn't have to go through that. And I think that'd be true for, I mean, I think people understand that, but it just hurts that when we need to be our strongest for all of you, we're like weak right now. We can't do all what we want to do because I want to have billboards downtown. I want to be, you know what I mean?
Speaking of billboards downtown.
Ooh.
What a segue.
So yeah, we have a very cool class coming up in January 28th. We are doing it's really two things rolled into one. So we looked at, obviously everything going on in the city and in the region. We've lived in the greater Rochester area like our whole lives. And what's going on in the city with violence and just all that kind of stuff, it kills us to see that. So we're trying to think of, what can we do? How can we help? And we just feel that safety and education can always help. That can never hurt the situation. So whether that's, someone that just wants to learn more about the laws of New York or the firearms they might have, or, maybe the firearms they just know there's a good chance they could come across one in their day-to-day life, whatever the reason, we have a 8-hour free firearms class at the Kodak Center. Like the Kodak Center on 104. Seats almost 2,000 people. We've rented it for the entire day on a Sunday, and we're going to be doing a whole day of free gun training. So there is a little asterisk by the word free, I'll be honest. Until we get some big corporate sponsors, like until Wegmans sponsors it, we got to charge $15 for
Danny,
lunch.
we're talking to you.
Yeah, please. I'll come get the. Oh no, it was Galasano with the geese on his lawn. I'll come scare the geese off your lawn for you if you donate to this. But sorry. So the class, we're asking $15, and that covers your lunch, and that kind of just ensures that you'll show up, right? And
parking too?
That includes parking. Yep, parking is free.
Parking and lunch.
Yep, parking and lunch.
Which is big because I was just at the Kodak Center and I paid $10.
What they get you? Yeah. So
$10,
yeah.
which is pretty substantial for.
So you're getting a nice boxed lunch and 8 hours of training. So, we're saying that the training is free that you're getting. So January 28th, we've got the Kodak Center, like I said, rented out. And so if you come down and you just want to learn that 8 hours of free training, awesome. Like we'd love you to come down and you will learn something. John and our instructing team is going to put on a heck of a class. And the cool thing about that is that 8 hours, if you want it to be, it can count towards getting your pistol permit. So there's no pressure. If that's all you want is the 8 hours, bring your family, like have the kids learn and just soak up some free gun training. That's what we want to do. But there's a lot of people that also want to get their pistol permits in New York. And it's very expensive and difficult to do now that the state requires 18 hours of training. So with this class, you're going to get 8 hours of that training, meaning you only have 10 hours left to go. And you can complete those remaining 10 hours for $199. So pretty much half price of what we normally charge for the class.
It's a part one of our 3-part program.
Yeah, exactly. We were able to break it up. So again, you're going to take the first part in a large group setting at the Kodak Center on January 28th. And then we're going to have small groups of like 30 to 50 scheduled out over the next, maybe 6 months, depending on how many people actually, if we fill that space of 2,000 people, we're going to need maybe the whole year or whatever it is. But we will get you in for the second and third portions. And for $199, you can get your pistol permit. And again, if we get sponsors, I'd like to bring that cost even lower.
I'd love to refund you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sponsorships
I'd love to not charge
are
at all.
available at any level. Obviously, this is a big event and there's a lot of expenses. This is definitely going to be our most expensive event that we've ever put on. Freedom Weekend costs quite a bit to get going, but this is going to probably be like 2 or 3 times what Freedom Weekend costs. So
That's a lot.
it's a lot, yeah. So we're going to need help if you're interested in supporting and defending the Second Amendment and potentially getting your name out in front of 2,000 other diehard Second Amendment patriots. Let us know. Reach out in the emails and we can talk. And like I said, that's at any level pretty much. I don't think there's anything we would turn down if someone was willing to sponsor that. So pretty cool. I hope we dropped a link right in there. So check that out. And yeah, we got some the segue. We have some billboards starting in mid-October. You might notice some billboards around town, which is kind of cool. We've never done
Very
those
cool.
before. Never ever. So
Not our faces. Sorry.
yeah, so we
should do it.
We know they'd be graffitied, like instantly, dude. There'd be
It'd be cool if we did our
snow would be
face.
up there in a heartbeat, like big phallus just right in your mouth, like welcome to the Valley Pen, and then just dicks.
You know what? That's why we didn't do it.
That's why we did.
That's it. Yeah.
It would be cool if you just took a screenshot of like this exact moment, and that was just the billboard.
One of those screenshots where like I text Phil like, "Yo, fam, we need a billboard." Okay, I got you. And he just screenshots that conversation and posts it. Like that's the billboard.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Sign up for that. There's only 1,962 seats remaining, so
They will go
on
fast.
it, jump on it. Yeah. Well, I mean, we are kind of in the pre-sale mode. I think
Yeah.
this is the first time we've really publicly.
Not for nothing.
Announce the class.
Paying $15 to just sit in the Kodak Theater.
It's worth it. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I was blown away that they were cool with it. Like we approached a lot of venues, and I'm tempted to name names like the Rochester Riverside Convention Center. Oops. I still want to pressure them to get like a written no from them. I've only gotten passive like, oh, let's think about it, and call me back in a week.
They don't wanna say
And
no,
It's
but,
been almost a year. It's been like 8 or 9 months of that.
Like, just tell me you don't like safe gun handling.
Yeah,
If
just
you
tell
like
me you're
inner city gun
against
crime.
the Second Amendment and
I
people's
was,
natural born rights.
I was shocked. You said you spoke to somebody that was super stoked from a certain office. In
Yes,
Monroe County, which
yes.
was
So
very interesting.
I called like an office in the city today, and they were very intrigued, and I sent them a lot of info, and that person said that there are likely several partners. You know, and I said I'm not looking for money. I mean, obviously, if there's some kind of grant that we would qualify for, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think there's better uses for that kind of stuff. But you know, private businesses, or you know, even if the city just said that, hey, like this is happening, put it on the calendar of events or whatever. Like I think that'd be huge. And it's in our opinion, it's insane to be against training. I don't see how people could be against safety and learning and stuff like that. But
You can't puke all over the place and tell me that guns are an issue, but then be against proper gun handling and safety.
yeah.
You're
So,
stupid.
I'm just happy that Monroe County, for as much as their faults that they have, is actually allowing us to do it. So,
yeah.
which is how it
Yeah.
should be. But
100%. Yeah, the convention center made me mad because that's like owned by the public. Like we own that. So I'm not trying to do a KKK rally or something like.
that's
I'd probably have to kick your ass.
Yeah, we're doing. I know, like when, what's his nuts was in here.
this could be.
It could be anybody, but yeah, no, the politician that was just in here running around, Larry Sharp. Larry Sharp.
Yeah.
When Larry Sharp was in here, he brought up a great point that our side often, and I hate doing that. I don't like the us versus them arguments, but we have a tendency to just kind of dig our heels in and be like, "What's in the Constitution? Constitution, Constitution, Constitution."
Yeah, you can't stand behind something that you can't physically
And-
and positively articulate an
Yeah.
actual argument with.
And there's a lot of people, I certainly don't like that they don't agree with it. There's a lot of people that don't like the Constitution or agree with it. And as soon as you bring that up, you've lost them because that was,
Yep.
a document written, again, devil's argument, that's like written by colonizers, old white men 200 years ago, like doesn't speak for them. So when that's your only argument, Second Amendment, Constitution, it's a hard argument for certain groups of people. So I really like the natural born rights side of it, that everyone has a right to self-defense, that oppressed minorities or armed minorities are harder to oppress. I mean, we all know it, but I'm just glad that hopefully with this class we can reach a market that the only side of gun ownership they know is negative. Shootings and violence and death in the city. Like, I'm just hoping we can bring some positivity to it. Hopefully through our partners, Rafa, should we tease that?
My only
Yeah.
issue is they hold their own class. I don't even think they'd see it as competition because it's literally just helping.
Right,
So,
right. No, but should we tease what we're doing with Rafa? Aren't we doing a thing next week?
week?
Is it, are
I mean,
we?
yeah,
Is
go
that
ahead.
next week?
We can talk
You
about
set it up.
Yeah, it is next week.
Yeah, talk about it.
So next week we're going to be doing the stream
bad.
off site, which is fun. We're going to the Rochester African American Firearms Association. Are honestly like one of our favorite organizations. That's what we refer to them as.
Yeah. Partners.
You've heard us talk about them a lot. You've probably seen them in here. They host their classes, and next week we're going to talk with Paul Adele, the the president, because it's a non-for-profit, so they don't have owners. But yeah, we're gonna interview him. We're gonna go to their location in Rochester, and I'm super excited.
I'm excited too.
I'm still crying over the logistics of bringing all the gear over, and I won't cry on stream.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. So speaking of that Discord, Derek,
I saw his.
he made a very good comment right now, and he said, "Doesn't New York State have a policy, probably a law, where all of their websites are supposed to be accessible for people with disabilities?" And I don't think that New York State Knicks website has any of that.
Obviously, well, I mean, you can't
We could
call,
look.
so that's definitely not.
I mean,
Because they have that's the Knicks one. Oh, rest in
Oh.
peace. It's so sad. We should leave him there. There's a place of honor, right?
Just in case we
we need
How many?
Hugh.
I got freaking
His little trumpet.
10% battery left.
just finds anything. Turns it.
So I thought I'd seen something on the bottom of the website.
Like all the way down at the contact
yeah,
us.
but it's probably just a little boiler. It's probably the statement of like the law they're supposed to be following, and they're not. Yeah, accessibility policy. So this website is in compliance.
Prove it. Show me.
It's literally just a
It's gonna be found
paragraph.
here.
Yeah. If that, 2 sentences.
We can ask Mitch and his team to like scan the website and see if it's actually in
Make sure it's
compliance.
okay. Yeah. All right. 7-page document here. Should I just read through the entire thing live on stream?
Speed read.
Where's
This
your
policy applies to all state entities defined as state government entities defined in Executive Order 117 established January 2002 or state agencies defined in Section 101 of the State Technology Law. Okay, viewership is gone. We'll read that later,
Oh,
though. That'll be some nice erotic bedtime
I
reading.
didn't even see a works cited page.
Yep. Great content.
This policy is based on Section 508. Sorry.
Please stop.
That's not the right stream. That's for our other stream, where you can find us on OnlyFans.
All right, see you guys.
Okay.
Night,
What
night.
is this, Eric sent I don't want to, I'm scared to click a link that someone sends us.
Yeah, I'm probably not going to click that live.
Could be.
I don't want to get arrested.
Could be. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So one thing that I saw in the news last week, I don't know if you caught, New York State is changing or has changed, taken away the fee to red flag someone.
Yes. Yeah.
So I did not know that it cost $210. I didn't even know there was a fee with it. But it kind of makes sense so that people don't abuse that system. But there
But
is
now
a
they can abuse
there
that
is
system, yeah.
There was a $210 fee to file a red flag order and emergency order protection, right? Isn't that what they're called? And now that has been done away with. The state said they were surprised how few were being like ordered. It was hundreds. It was like the last month. It was like 350 in 1 month alone in the
Jeez,
state, which is
Jesus.
crazy to me. I mean, we've had several people. We had that comment on our post. I don't want to dox the guy, but we had that comment on our post. Urgent, urgent, urgent.
Yeah.
Like, and it seems like it could be a he said, she said thing. Like, you get into an argument with your neighbor, they see that NRA sticker on your car, and they just like, yeah, he pointed his rifle at me. Like, it was black. It was scary.
Yep.
Like, that's all it takes. And now, yeah, like, the cops arrested him, like, arraigned him while he was gone. They had
searched
broken
his
into
house,
his
yeah.
house and taken all of his firearms. Like, insane.
It reminds me when like you suspected your neighbor of being a commie, so you ratted them out.
The
to
Red Scare.
the,
yeah.
the local
Little
authorities.
McCarthyism.
McCarthyism, man. Yeah.
Like that's what that reminds you. But like, what if we red flag government like Adam Bello? He scares me.
I mean, you have to have. I'm sure there is a.
They
You
probably
can't do it anonymously. You know what I mean? So I'm sure there is on the back end, like if there's no proof of it or if you lied.
Saw the way
You
he
know what I
looked.
mean? Yeah.
At me.
His ads are kind of creepy on Facebook that I see. He's running.
I don't think he should have a gun.
Yeah.
They don't want me to have a gun.
Eric says that link is from the Armed Scholar, talking about the case going before the Supreme Court on October 6th. So click at your own risk, but I trust Eric.
Guns and Gear used our sticker.
That was pretty cool.
That was really cool.
That was
Yeah,
pretty
That was
sweet.
sweet. They used
The-
our
the New York
Cup-
Post.
Cup
the
New York,
FDFU New
right?
York. Yeah.
yeah.
That was sweet.
Yeah, we get around.
Hear that,
you know?
Guns of Gear, if you're watching.
We
Thank
get
you.
around. We get around a little bit.
I think we should all red flag Kathy Hochul. Just love the system. Kathy
That's
Hochul,
Tyler's
red flag.
personal opinion.
Brandon actually has a crush on Kathy Hochul. He likes her teeth.
Look at those teeth.
Okay.
It's like Sarah Jessica
You could
Parker.
like,
Those are definitely-
snuggle up with those in bed. Keep you warm.
Would you want to? Is that a thing?
So
All
she's not
right.
a, so she's not a grinder in her sleep.
Okay.
Crush it.
If she was, they wouldn't be that big.
It'd be a lot smaller. Yeah, we're picking on your teeth because we hate you.
She can't be on Grindr. She's a girl.
Allegedly.
That's a good point. Oh.
Michael
All right.
Obama.
Guys, want to see something cool?
Yeah.
Whip it out.
I'm just kidding. The spear. Do you guys want to talk about it? Do I talked about the lower.
It's a gun.
New squirrel gun.
It's got a. It's got an ambi charging handle.
Yeah.
I mean,
they really hate left-handed people, and I don't like it.
it's definitely the new hotness.
It's all the rage.
Friendship with Scar over. New best friend.
Right?
Sick.
Sweet. This is up for grabs. So if someone wants to purchase it, this is for sale, minus the optic. So if you want the optic, that's for sale too. Yeah.
So this is like the new. Is this going to be like the new? Everyone in the military gets this gun, or is this just like?
This is a 277.
Just like cool guys,
new
like-
the new military battle rifle. Yeah. I guess if you just want to be the cool kid on the block, get one of these. Or a Scar. We won't judge you.
What's this run?
Couple $2-3.
Couple 2-3.
Yeah, a couple bucks.
Like $4,300.
Yeah. So it's right up there with the Scar.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But it's not polymer
But
like the
yeah.
Scar lower. But it's also not a Scar.
Takes
So-
PMags.
I can shoot out suppressor. It won't void my warranty.
There you go.
Yeah, because it's their suppressor.
That's always blown my mind with scars. Like FN's.
I don't love that.
warranties.
And like it's got the fucking setting right on the thing.
Right.
Like it's got the suppressor
Yeah.
setting.
Adverse conditions, not adverse. It's pretty cool. If you guys want to take a look, see, it's at the shop.
If you're into this kind of thing.
Yeah.
The great sales pitch we did for this gun.
It's tough. I mean, it's a lot of money for a semi-auto 308 that in New York State is kind of tough to really utilize. I mean, a comp mag is awesome, but I don't know. If I'm gonna spend that much money on something, I'd maybe do like I don't know, like something. It's tough.
I know it's tough too because it's not an AR-10,
Yeah.
but the silhouette is an AR-10. Like for all intents and purposes, it's an AR-10. So like
The
when you want
truly- yeah, the
when you want the
true-
cool factor, like the Scar is different. Like it is not an AR-10 looking gun. So like I don't know.
Like the side shot, it's cool. For coolness factor,
Yeah.
it definitely meets it.
And it's going to be the new. I mean, I'm sure the military's still going to use the Scar in capacities,
Yeah.
I
but
still have the MCX MPX
Yep.
charging handle that needs to be upgraded off.
wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Yeah. Well, come get yours today, guys.
Derek's got one. He likes it.
Derek let me shoot his. I loved it. Thank you. I'll always cherish that memory, Derek. Always.
Steve says he's been making rounds for 300 Blackout with the plastic Palmer with a suppressor on it.
First of all, lower your voice.
I think he lives in a free state. I'm pretty sure. I'm friends with him on Facebook. So
I'm jealous. Don't
Yeah,
lower
he
your
lives-
voice. Speak louder.
I think he lives down in the south.
It's wild how unsafe guns are. That they want to ban safety measurements to make guns safer.
Yeah,
Like
right,
a suppressor.
Right. Yes.
Imagine like just dropping the dosage of decibels every time you shoot.
Yeah.
They're not even used in crime,
Imagine making a gun bigger and harder to conceal.
right?
Like, there are these like secret assassin like things, and it's like, well, no, you just made like a Glock. You could, I mean, we could, get Glocks on us right now. No one would know it. But like, you throw a can on there, you're not carrying that. Like, just dumb.
I mean, good for you.
Yeah.
Good
like,
for you.
what?
And you get taxes for it. Like,
Yeah, it's bullshit. Bullshit all around. So
would you rather
my PC's battery's running low.
have the current background check system,
No.
but legal suppressors.
Okay, so I have said that I would complain a lot less about all this stuff in New York if we could own everything. If like you could own suppressors and NFA, like if you followed all the bullshit, like if you got the permits and you did like, you know, kind of like how other countries do, like Switzerland or France, like any of those countries, like you can own you can own machine guns over in Europe. It's just the same thing. It's going to take you 5 years to go through the process, which here in New York, it's like, oh yeah, you got your pistol permit, like no big deal. It's probably a very similar thing over here where, yeah, majority of the population isn't willing to do it. But for those that are, like, I don't know. It's still not good. None of these should exist, but I know we're not getting rid of them either. So we've said for a long time,
I think it's so cool.
we need to get stronger upstate politicians that could try to amend, because again, you're never going to get rid of the SAFE Act. You're never going to get rid of the Concealed Carry Improvement Act. But maybe there are ways we can change them slightly, like the SAFE Act. If they just amended it to say that all of these are crimes only during the commission of a crime. So like if you're just a dude who just owns a Standard Cat magazine, you're not going to get charged with anything. But if you use that, you're robbing a Kia, and you have a Glock with a 17-round mag in it,
attack
then
on charge.
yes,
Okay.
yeah. Like I think that the anti-gun folks would maybe be okay with, but maybe not. I have no idea. Because again, you're never going to get rid of. They're never going to let you get rid of those laws outright. So
It's more about control, man. There's something that you have that they just want to screech over.
Well, what,
It's like not wearing a mask.
What do we say? Guns
yeah.
without control is
If you take the gun out of gun control, you just have control.
that's a stream. Thank you for
did you
watching.
get that from Animal Farm?
I thought about that the other day, and then I heard somebody say like, "Oh, that's already been said." Hurt my feelings.
Cool.
It
Yeah.
was me. I didn't.
There's
want
only
to
so many
take it.
words.
Really? Have you heard that from somewhere?
I have. Yeah.
Okay, because I was sitting in the back and I was like just doing shirt ideas, and I'm like, "Oh, wow, I am
He was
magic."
so excited.
And
Like,
then
look,
and Joe's like,
oh.
"Stupid, that's already been done."
I didn't say stupid. I just called you an idiot.
It's a big difference. It's a big difference.
I was like,
You call your friends an idiot when they're acting idiotic.
What's we got?
Background check for ammo. How does that work for muzzleloaders? How does that work for muzzleloaders? Did we ever figure that
love
shit
that
out?
question.
Did we ever fucking figure that out?
So we have been told that obviously you can't do a background check on a muzzleloader
by the feds.
by the feds, but the state wants you to because it's now classified as a firearm.
Can I interrupt real quick? Last year, when they originally put that in, we had to do background checks for muzzleloaders, and we did a couple background checks for muzzleloaders. But the ATF said you cannot do background checks on muzzleloaders on their form or with NICS. So actually, the state and the feds, the ATF, got into like a little fight over how to make it work, and ultimately they couldn't continue.
Ha.
So doesn't really make a difference for the customer that's doing it, but for us, we can fill out the form or we don't have to fill out the form. But either way, the information has to go to the state. The ATF's not going to jam us up for filling out the form,
The 4473, the background check.
but the state will cite us if we don't fill out the form. Even though we sent it into the state could hypothetically cite us for not filling out the form that's not actually theirs.
Right. That's so.
So same, yet different, but still same.
But the next layer to that onion is what do you classify it as? Because there's rifle, pistol, shotgun, and other.
Other, which you can't do other because
'Cause others are
that-
banned.
It's impossible.
right.
And then
They're not rifles because
it
they're
has
not rifles.
Some of them have rifled barrels, and then some of them could just be kind of a Kentucky standard or Mississippi, whatever you want to call the
A smoothbore.
yeah smoothbore.
Right? Yeah,
So
yeah.
for us, it sucks because there's nothing we can do that's right and wrong, and
Then the state you call
the
that.
standard-
Well, they don't even answer.
yeah, and then someone who's been collecting for we'll say 20 plus years now wants to get another one. It's
So there's no background check for muzzleloading supplies. So no, you
Not
don't,
yet,
You don't
but
need some.
that'll
Matt
probably
asked,
change
is it like for
because-
the fire sticks, like those, the white hots or the red,
no because the fire
give them ideas.
Well, let's be real, they're gonna change
It's
that.
only fully loaded, like assembled ammunition.
It has to be primer, everything
Cartridge, yeah.
struck. Yeah, good to go because the fire stick needs that 209 primer to slap into it.
So there's a lot of people that are going to start getting back either starting to get into reloading or back into reloading, because none of that is
Or
regulated.
more into
under the law.
reloading.
A lot of people
Yeah.
are gonna be like me.
We'll sell you the books on how to reload
Right.
and stuff like that. YouTube's pretty cool. Yeah, it sucks. Whoever asked the question, it's an absolute mess, and we have to do the background check. But
And they're still trying to do micro stamping, so reusing your brass is going to be a headache too.
yeah,
Or reloading, because if you reload and you don't micro stamp, are you going to get slapped? He's on his phone, so he's not listening.
it is interesting because on the ammo background check, it'll say serialized number or any notable markings
On the ammo.
on the ammo. Which, quite honestly, I could just say there's a smudge
Says
on
Winchester and
this
9mm.
one. Yeah.
The
There's
lot
really-
number's not on the ammo.
No.
It's on the box.
But that kind of sets them up to sort of see how it goes.
Forgot about micro stamping. That's still there. That's still a thing.
Yeah,
still on the
looming.
table. It's on the table,
looming,
yeah.
Pretty much as soon as someone comes up with a viable way to do it, it's going to be. I can see it being like the seatbelt. Like, who didn't like Volvo invent the seatbelt? And then everyone was like, yeah, you got to share that. You can't patent that. Or maybe they chose not to. But, like,
Well, so
you have to let everyone use that.
so
Like, I think it's going to be the
we're
same
gonna
with
hang a
microstamping.
right real quick with the seatbelt. Way back, there is like a thing with the country where they're trying to do away with, like, if you have your seatbelt off with states that won't let you wear a seatbelt. They're trying to incorporate a chip where it tells if your seatbelt's clipped or not.
Get the fuck out of
So
here.
it'll like really won't start the car. It's
Yeah.
yeah. It's,
I'm surprised all cars don't have breathalyzers or the interlocks. I'm surprised all new cars
You
don't
know,
have the
I'm all for
interlocks.
it. The government is literally here to keep us safer. I'm willing to give half of my wages for them to keep me safe. I thank you. Thank you guys.
We
I
just
appreciate
you shouldn't even own a car. You should just, if you need, like, I need to go somewhere, you should just call 911.
help with the mission. Just use public transportation.
Just not on one is everything.
God damn it! I'm trying to balance this thing. It's not working. I used to be able to do it all the time.
I don't know if you can do it with these cans.
It's
Yeah,
probably,
that ridge sucks. You
Probably.
gotta do it with like the little.
probably the door.
It's empty.
These cans. See, that's a nice ridge.
That's
That's
we
a,
level this container.
ridgeless.
Probably didn't level it. Mike, have you checked your back seat? Is that an insult? Did you make it-
Whoa!
No. I don't know what we said that we would say that, but supposedly California has a bill proposed to put off their microstamping BS till at least 2034 because it's not viable at this time.
Who's putting it off?
California.
Oh, California.
What's up with all
which
these
is
dumb-
which is shocking that California is even backing off from that. You know, they're pretty hardcore with shit like that.
Yeah, all these dumb liberal states with like 2030s for electric cars and micro stamping.
But
Yeah.
have you noticed they're all like by places that have lots of sunlight, so they've just been out too long. There's a little bit of
Just fried. Yeah. Had legal weed for too many years.
That's it. Toasted, and so is their ideas.
Mike's been wondering, if you're renting, do you need to do the check for ammo?
Don't ask that question yet.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
don't put that out there.
The consensus is no.
Yeah.
We'll
That's-
leave it at
Technically, it's not leaving the building. This
Yeah.
is our interpretation, but
Baby boy.
that. Yeah. I mean, it kind of follows the same logic as a gun. You come in, you rent a gun, you don't have to do a background check on that. So,
Yeah. There's a lot of talk about that. We're not there yet.
hopefully, we never get there. If you get a delay on ammo sales, do you have to wait until they clear you? Yes.
Yep.
absolutely.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do. Yeah, there's no. In New York, actually, for both guns and ammo now, there's really no 5-day or 3-day
Yeah.
wait, and then you get it. Like, you have to wait until you get an answer.
And that goes for you. Let's say you want 3 boxes of ammo. Those 3 boxes of ammo is the background check. So if you go on delay and it comes a receipt like 2 days later, that's just for those 3 boxes of ammo. You can't go, okay, cool, I want 6
Even if
boxes
it's the
of ammo.
same kind of ammo,
Yeah, you
like,
have to
doesn't
do
matter.
another check.
Yep.
It's really fun when somebody does a gun transfer or buys a gun, and then they decide to get ammo after the background check
Yeah,
goes
'cause
through.
you have to do another
and then we're
background
like, well, you have to do another background check.
Yep. And it's not us. I mean, we're not trying to be.
Trust me, I don't want
Yeah.
any of this.
Brett asks, do you think they even think these things at all? Like, think through these things. And I think they did. I think they did all this specifically on purpose
Yeah.
this time around.
This one does seem very. As much as it doesn't seem to work, it does seem meticulous, where they definitely kind of.
Also, like that leads me to think like it doesn't work on purpose as well. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
absolutely.
It's the case of
Yeah.
the lowest bidder for the website builder, but it's also the case for like.
Well, and it's not going to have the effect on crime at all. It's not going to have any effect on crime. Like, I mean, crime rates are going down.
I feel so.
But it's not because any of this stuff that they've done. Like, crime spiked during COVID because shit was bad for a while. I mean, I remember it wasn't that long ago. Like, shit got
Because
crazy.
the police sucked and we couldn't have them.
And yeah, like things got bad, so crime got worse, and then the government lifted all their restrictions that they had placed on us, and then crime went down, and they're like, oh well, look, we passed the gun law. Look, crime went down. And it's like, I don't think so. I don't think so.
So commit gun crimes to make the.
They're like shooting guns in your neighborhood to keep the taxes low.
For legal reasons, that was a joke. Please don't arrest me.
Brett also follows up with how long has the check been taking?
Too damn long.
Yeah, and everyone's different. I mean,
There's literally no.
I've run one,
Answer to
like a
that.
test one. Like, I'm going to buy one box of 22 ammo just to, like, test the system. I did that. I was, like, the first check we did to see that it was running, and mine went through right away. I've never been arrested. I've never been charged with anything. I never served in the military, which sometimes that alone can delay people because there's a database, like, just for military records. And if they can't access that, then you get delayed until they can. Or if there's, like, a record, like, the way those systems work is they search your stuff, like your name, your date of birth, your place of birth, your social security number, my computer died, all that kind of stuff. And if they get any kind of hit, they've got to investigate, like, okay, like, one result found, like, why? So that's where you'll get a delay. And I have been a good little boy, and I've never been in trouble. So, at least I've never been caught. And so mine goes through right away. But some people takes 10 minutes. Some people 10 hours. Some people 10 days. Like, some people are still on delay.
Some people still on.
Yeah.
There's a good handful of people still on delay from day one, and then like today, it almost seemed like it was every other one. But then it was delay. There's to answer your question, we don't know until we run it. Right when you think you figured it out, doesn't make any sense.
If your hair's not a natural color, you'll probably get that surprise.
Okay, so he was gonna keep it quiet, but he
Is that your?
said it right there.
Is that it?
Go on. It's my suspicions. Keep going.
I just tell me more.
I have a
I'm
theory
hiding over
that
here.
if you subscribe to that tribe, you get
They-
instant proceeds.
They don't want to.
The tribe of having hair color.
Weird girl.
Blue-haired girl.
Oh,
Blue-haired girl is
okay.
instant proceed.
Okay. I mean, okay.
It's just a
We can-
theory.
it's just. I
This
mean,
is the conspiracy theory. There are conspiracies that are like fact. This is like the theory.
I'm gonna keep
aspect
hiding.
of it.
As you talk more, I'm gonna keep hiding down here.
I really want somebody to start, somebody that's like an analyst, start like doing a database
Saying who.
of
Yeah, it's New York.
sex, age,
It's called New York.
genders, no,
Yeah, they got them
all of that. Like, just put it all and data that stuff, and let's see who's getting the most proceeds, who's getting the most denies, who's getting the most delays.
I think it'll be split more along class lines. Blue collar,
I mean, that
blue
kinda goes
collar
hand in
versus
hand.
white collar. No.
Most farmers, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like your blue collar people are getting delayed more or
Yeah.
denied more.
Are you talking like the occupation?
Yeah,
Stuff?
yeah,
When you
almost
type
based
that in?
off your
Yeah.
occupation. Yeah, I mean, we don't know. We've put in FOIA requests that we won't even get responses of if they're going to answer them by till February, and then
think
they
you
could
should still
just
press them
and then they
harder.
could just say no. They could just in February they could just be like, yeah, we're not answering any of your questions.
You should
That's
push
just
that harder.
when you really can't, like, other than submitting additional ones, which I think I should do, because the one that I submitted, I keep meaning to print it and read out what I asked, but I asked for, I didn't print it out unless it was in the printer from the time before.
Oh, gotcha.
I asked for like all the records, you know, I asked for all the training slides, like what databases do you use? I asked just a pretty broad, you know, it was kind of like everything I could think of. And I don't know, I've been doing some reading, and some people have better luck when it's like, I would like the table of organization for the New York State Knicks. Like I want to know who's the top dog and the second in command, and operator 302's over here. I want all that. That's one request. And then another request, like I want all of the payroll figures for that office, which you're entitled to. I mean, it's a public office. You're paying for it. So it's like, I want all of this. So some people say I should split up all of my requests into singular so that they're like the payroll, they might be able to give me that in a week. Because it's like, yep, we could.
Do it
There you
all.
go.
Do it all at once, or like split them up.
I should ask individual,
Yeah.
like every question that I have,
Sure.
I should ask as its own request.
Well, it'd be like
Because some are easier than others to
But you
fulfill.
do like one request, and then you wait X amount of days and do it, or do one request
Do the
all
Andy,
at the same time.
do the Andy Dufresne where I write them every week.
Yeah.
For 3 years
Yeah.
or whatever. Like give
Yeah.
him his fucking books. Jesus.
We should ask our old friend or our friend of our friend who does FOIL requests.
Yeah.
Very frequently.
Yeah.
For some help. If
We
they'll
should.
help us.
We should.
There's no reason he wouldn't, but. You want me to reach out?
Yeah.
Try it.
Okay.
Reach out.
Touch feet. Yeah.
Mark Riviere.
That's where I was thinking,
Oh,
but I
was
didn't
going
really.
I was going with
Yeah.
Sorry. You guys are-
Yep.
Yeah.
The states. It just sucks, man. It just sucks. My grandkids aren't going to be able to enjoy the freedoms I.
Well, don't
Kind of
never,
enjoy it.
never say never, because we can't let us give into that stuff, because it's
It
We
just
gotta
sucks.
fight. We gotta fight it. We gotta fight it in the courts. And when who knows? Like when should we? If we're gonna do something in Albany, like a little meet and greet and a little march in the streets, like when are people even there? Like when? I mean, I know like the government, like the admins and stuff are there, but like when are like the legislate? Like when would that matter? Right? Could someone in the comments let us know? Like we have to wait till like the fall. Like when's a session? I don't even know how that fucking works. They probably all work from home now. They don't even need to go in. Bastards.
When is the court date?
There's one in October, I know. October 6th.
It'd be real cool if a bunch of people showed up outside for that court date.
That would be cool.
And like, this is the voice of the people.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Color my hair.
All of the open carry in regards to long gun restrictions are like DEC rules, aren't they? They're like hunting.
Yeah,
I
like
believe-
you're talking like the rack in the window kind of a
Or
thing.
like, yeah, like I mean, you can't open carry a handgun.
Correct.
But
Unless you're on
you
private
could-
property
you
and
could,
you have
you could hold a gun in public, like a long gun, in a public space. I think the only reason you can't, it's the same with like hunt or like shooting after dark. Everyone says in New York, you can't shoot after sunset. And that's 100% false. You can shoot at any time of day that you want to. You just can't hunt. Like you can't be deer hunting in the middle of the night, but you can coyote hunt. Like that has to be done at night. Like, yeah. Well, so like,
sure.
but you can 100% discharge a firearm at any time of day, unless you have a discharge like prohibited. Like I'm sure Brighton or Pittsburgh, I know has one, but like certain
or
towns have
variants and
town
stuff, yeah.
ordinances or whatever, right? But like you live out where I live, I could be shooting or like Polar Wave. I've gone out there at 2-3 in the morning. There's nothing they can do. Like I'm brat all day. Like I mean they get called, but I tell them who I am, and it's like oh okay. Like and there's nothing wrong, nothing you can do about it. I don't know. I think we'll have to do some more research. We'll have to talk to maybe like Sheldon Boyce or something like that, where it's like, okay, I can understand like the DEC. If I was hunting, the DEC could regulate what I'm doing, but like I don't even have a hunting license this year. I didn't get one, so like I'm not doing a hunting activity. Like you know what I mean? So I don't know. Something to think about. I say we just do it.
Aren't you not allowed to carry a gun during protests? No, isn't that like in the concealed carry?
We'd have to see, I guess, or like
Something
I guess
past
a
that.
group of more than 10 people
people
or whatever.
talking
Yeah,
about
like
a gathering. Yeah.
which isn't that like how this country was founded?
Well,
Like-
they were in taverns, speaking very quietly
Yeah.
and boiling the tar.
But they certainly had more than 10 people or
Fucking
whatever the
chickens.
number is, like gathered with firearms. Like, I feel like the state can't regulate that. Like, you can't have more than 10 journalists in a room together. Oh no,
Sweet.
they've got 10 voice recorders.
They told us
Like,
we have to stay 6 feet apart from each other.
they might hold us accountable.
We let them. We
wanna-
literally let them. Like,
Can I smash something? I'm gonna smash something. It's not empty.
smash down your head.
I'm mad! What's that? Like, I'm mad as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore.
How about the one chip challenge?
That was 5 cents.
Your dad. I just saw your dad.
Oh, it's a nickel.
Stretching it back out. You know he's got like a special jig that can like go in here and he like inflates it with air to like pop the can back out.
Speaking of, do you still have the one chip challenge?
I do. The week we had a bye week. I was gonna have you do the one chip challenge.
Whoa, damn, I didn't know.
Farmer
Look at
out
the
there.
color.
How the crops coming in?
Oh, look at little. Jeez.
I'm pretty bad too. Let's pull up.
So
that.
white.
Look at that.
Just signal spaceship.
Whoa, you got permits for those, boys? Yes. Do you go to Midtown?
I got a next level.
Who's the sport? Dave Catalana, Mike Catalana from like. No, Mike. He's on TV, like sports Channel 13 sports guy, whatever. Yeah, Mike Catalana. I saw him at Midtown.
Oh,
No big deal. No big deal.
Andy May goes to Midtown too.
Yeah, no big deal. No big deal.
Greatest tattoo artist in Rochester.
So does Mike, the guy who owns Founders Cafe. You know him. He comes in here.
We were just talking about it today.
Like, yeah, we literally were just.
Really?
Yeah, we were talking about founders today.
I run into him like. There was like a week where I ran into him like every day that I went there. Like, yeah.
That's cool.
We go to Beyond.
They are a great gym. They are the number one gym. I mean, Midtown's not in Genesee County, so suck it. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know. All right. What else? I feel like we're.
Next week, if you guys want to see Brandon do the one chip challenge,
Are we gonna? That's Rafa next week. So are we gonna do?
we should do one with Polly and with
my God.
Brandon.
I think we all should do it, and then see who lasts the longest.
I don't want to say my experience with it because I don't want Brandon to back out.
You threw up. I already know.
Oh, I puked
You will,
instantly.
you will shit your pants.
It went down, and my body said, "Get this poison out of
Get
me."
that out.
Well, it's
Literally, dude.
No warning, just out.
That boy needs some milk.
I'll do it.
Am I allowed
We
to
all-
have some?
no, it's one chip challenge. You have to just.
No milk?
Oh, you baby, wash your meal.
No milk? Just have like a flask. Just milk. It's like warm. It's been curdled for
And you'll
2
never
hours.
Fireball.
You'll never be able to use that flask again. It's ruined.
Or you get frozen Rumplemans.
Do you have to like work your way back down? Do you have to like eat a jalapeno? And then like
You have 1 week, so you can
poblano?
Yeah,
and then I can like,
start
prepping.
training your body.
We'll pepper spray you.
what's worse?
Jesus.
You're addicted to pepper spray, so that's no argument. That's like your kink now. So
Legal reasons, it's not true. The one chip challenge tasted awful, and like I said, just that you're still doing it. You're doing it, but that instant get this out of me. I think they toned it down a little
It's
bit.
a big,
because
it's a big chip too.
It's a huge chip.
like a
of,
ridiculous.
it tastes like ass. Not the good kind. Like the
I was gonna say what? Do tell.
I thought you were trying to get me to not do it.
I'll do it too. That way it's fair.
Is that
across
fair?
the
I only
board.
have one. They're expensive.
But I'll
We'll
go
split
buy
it.
one.
We'll split it. That's
Yeah, you guys can probably.
Or from our sponsors, if we need another chip.
we need another chip.
hey man, it's one chip. How much could it be? $10?
like 13 or something like
It's
that.
actually crazy.
Yeah, for our chip
from our
that you
sponsor.
can't even finish.
Is this something from like
Paki or something.
who makes this? Like
Pacquiao.
Pacquiao?
Manny Pacquiao.
fucking
The
who makes the Prime? Who makes Prime?
Amazon?
No, the drink.
Prime.
Shut up.
Logan Paul.
Logan.
Yeah, is it like one of those? Is it like a scam? Like this was like
Logan Pauls.
a mistake at the chip factory. Like they left them in overnight. They're like, no human should consume these.
Challenge.
Wait a minute.
Challenge accepted.
But when I was telling Cam, when Cam was all upset because he's like, so since I'm the only one not going to Tyler's wedding, are we gonna close on Saturday? And I was like, and I was like, well, we gotta spin this.
So-
this is like a
so the
work
first-
with Cameron day. We're gonna
I
do
s-
like a contest.
You search the Pacquiao one chip challenge. The second one is September 9th of this year. Massachusetts
Jesus.
investigates teen's death.
Well, that's because
Of
he
the
probably
one-
had a heart
You know
condition.
how much healthier a teenager is than me? I'm not doing that.
They're babies. You're a grown up. There's reasons children can't drink alcohol.
Because they're babies.
Child
You're an
labor.
adult. You can drink.
I still say child labor laws ruin this country.
It's intended for adult consumption.
They yearn for the minds.
I'm not ready. I need an adult.
Stop researching this. You're scaring the boy.
I'm doing it with him. I want to know what I'm getting into.
Is it kosher? Go right back. Is it kosher? Because that'll knock us right out. Is it kosher halal? No, I can't do it. It's not halal. I can't do that. I'm not doing it.
I want to make a joke, but I can't.
It's not.
You're not getting out of this.
I said
Find a rabbi.
I love how they say what it is, and then they end it with and sea salt.
I am not in the tribe.
Sea salt for flavor.
Is sea salt kosher?
Oh, it's blue corn?
No, it's got to be kosher salt, obviously.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
What's the difference?
Gwyneth Paltrow said I
One's
should
from
not be
the
putting
sea.
blue corn in me.
What has Gwyneth Paltrow ever done with this?
I don't even know who that is.
She's a celebrity who's always like, you should put a crystal up your butt or whatever, and like, she's always got like the weirdest, like, she is that white woman who just like, I need to come up with the newest trend.
Oh, you know what? Okay, completely random.
Probably past
Did you guys
that.
hear? Did you guys hear about Leroy? Someone is looking to do a Kickstarter
Yes.
for the Jello Factory.
Yes.
I did
Very
it.
cool.
I think everyone else should do it because I think that's freaking awesome. Because I used to play paintball in the Jello Factory, and now I can drink in the Jello Factory. How cool is that?
Yes.
Can I drink Jello at the Jello factory?
You can do Jello shots at the Jello Factory. That's not going to be a distillery.
If I was
so.
going to see them grind up horses, I don't want it.
You know, I was trying to give a plug to our boys in Leroy.
That just happened in Jello. All those horses were dying. We need to do something with them.
Yeah, World War One. That's different. It's 100 years ago. All right, one chip challenge.
Rafa.
Rafa
Jello shots.
Jello shots. That'll be our.
I've got Jello in the fridge right now, actually. Made some today. Red.
I don't know if I can.
Everyone knows blue is superior.
6-year-olds.
Use your hair.
I'm joining the tribe, man. I want all the rights.
Wait, what's with, wait,
Arnold
what?
with that. Just
All right, and canceled.
What else we got for the masses that are watching us still? Oh, 4,000 of them.
yeah, 4,032. Yes.
We're gonna make shirts with our quotes on them. Like, I want to say something, but I can't.
I want to say something. Cancel culture
The
is
new
too
name
real.
of the podcast. That's the tagline.
I hate self-censorship. It hurts.
Yeah.
Good night, Donna. Congrats.
Yes. Is that it?
Mazel.
Yeah, we're probably gonna head out with you. Remember, I want your foreskin.
All right.